Well, New York City is a city unlike any place else in the world. I love New York City. It just has such a pulse and a heartthrob, and I love the fact that the Ghostbusters universe so far has been centered in New York. Truth of the matter is, though, with a lot going on last summer, we shot most of this in the UK, and it's a real tribute to the set designers who were able to sort of recreate the firehouse and the street and all that. But at the heart of it is the firehouse in New York, and but they did an amazing job of sort of recreating that space, and yeah. But it's great to now. I'm here in New York now. It's just great to be in the city, and Ghostbusters so far is such a New York story, but it's my hope that the Ghostbuster universe now will expand into other parts of the world and tell some of those scary stories that happen all over the place. Well, I think every culture has their ghost, scary stories. But I always think of some of the old stories of Europe, some of those old castles that have been there and seen things that I can only imagine. But also Africa, I'd love to see some things happen in Africa, Asia, South America. I mean, it's just, I think the world is just an amazing place, and I think a great way to discover that is to see some of the culture and history and some of those stories being told by Ghostbusters. Well, anytime, whether I'm working or I just see them at an event or on the street, it's a blessing for me because I love them so much. I have so much respect for the work they do, and they're still doing even at this stage in life. And I'm inspired by people realizing that the years have added on, but we're still good at what we do, and we bring a lot to any project that we're in. But I'm also really excited about the new cast. Paul Rudd, Carrie Coon, McKenna Grace. These are really talented people as well. And I love just seeing the mix and how each person sort of brings their own special talent to it to tell this Ghostbuster story. And seeing Ghostbuster Frozen Empire is just a wonderful example of how talented people can just mix it up and have fun doing it. Well, I never give advice that's not asked for. So first you watch and you see, and what I saw is they don't need any advice from me. These guys are pros. They've been doing it a long time, and but we all share. So when I'm able to contribute something, and but they're fast. I've worked on shows where people needed help. These aren't those people. These guys are 100% there. And if anything, I learned as much as I gave. So I'm just thrilled to be in their company. And it's a natural evolution to move forward. And they're that part of moving forward into this new future.
You know, I watched a bunch of real Ghostbusters in elementary school. I haven't actually watched it since then. But yeah, I watched the first one before going into production on this one. I haven't seen the second one in a few years either, so maybe that would be good to uh, rewatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. I remember, well. I just I don't remember. I don't think I did I watched it right before. I don't think I watched it right before. Did you?
I rewatched Afterlife before we did this one.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched the Ghostbusters movies a lot during Afterlife just because I felt like I really wanted to get Harold Ramis, Egon down and in my head. But for this one, I rewatched Afterlife, and I was like, that was so good. I was like, I forgot how great this movie is. I was like crying. I was like, this is so good. Forgot how funny Logan is in Afterlife.
He is very funny. I think that like it mixes comedy and scary things in a really like great way. I think that it's so charming and funny, and it feels very like a warm sort of movie, but it also has these moments of like very fun, spooky moments. So I think it really does. The franchise does that really well of introducing a new generation to the movies just because of the tone that the original guys set up.
Yeah, I think that it is such a fun film. They really, there was nothing really like it whenever it came out. It was very special, and so I think that that's what people gravitated so intensely towards with the original. But I think this go around, it's very exciting and fun to see people who are big fans of the original bring their kids and reintroduce the franchise to a younger generation. And I think that that's one of the big appeals about this film is kind of the idea that you can bring your kids, but you can also enjoy it, and it's kind of a universal thing.
We acted when we were very young, and so we're sort of used to not being like taken seriously in an adult space. It's something that we kind of had to fight against growing up. And like any teenager, you're struggling to try to be taken seriously and have your to be accepted in the things that you want to do. And I think we were both well suited to that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was also just interesting to reapproach the character at such a different point in life. I had just turned 13 before shooting the first one. Jason Reitman and Logan came to my 13th birthday party. So I was so young going into the first one, and this go-around, it was very fun to be able to connect with Phoebe in a deeper way and to be able to see everyone again and just kind of be at such a different point in my life and career and just approach it differently in that capacity.